Hello and welcome to this evening mobility yoga flow. We will be performing slow and nourishing movements that help us strengthen and stretch the entire body. When you're ready, let's get started. Taking one mindful breath, allowing yourself to land fully in this space. Turning to face the short edge of your mat, transitioning onto all fours, or come into child's pose, joining the big toes together, separating the knees slightly, and mindfully guiding the hips, the glutes towards the heels as you extend the arms out in front, stretching the back, softening the shoulders, maybe resting the forehead down on the mat. Allow yourself to return inwards. Gift yourself this space to notice what is unfolding for you right now. Perhaps there's some internal dialogue. Maybe there are some heated emotions, physical sensations. Simply observing. No judgment. Taking one more mindful breath in child's pose. Inhale, press into the palms, rise up into a tabletop position, and we'll come into a traditional cat-cow. Knees are underneath the hips, wrists are underneath the shoulders. Inhale, arch the back, scoop the chest forwards, gaze up. Exhale, separate the shoulder blades, round the spine, chin to chest. One more round. Returning to a neutral position, tucking the left toes under, extend the left leg back and shift your weight forwards and backwards slightly, stretching out the calf muscle and the back of the leg. Rebend the left knee, return to tabletop, and we'll take this stretch on the right hand side. Returning to tabletop position. From here we'll ground down through the left palm and the right leg, and we're going to simultaneously extend the left leg and the right arm, raise them to hip and shoulder height, lower down and bend. Extend, lift, lower and bend. Extend, lift, lower and bend. Continuing on with this movement, ensuring that the hips stay squared to the mat, pointing the toes when you raise that leg, feeling the leg growing longer, and stretching the right fingertips forwards, feeling length through that right arm, keeping the core engaged here. Final round. Meeting in tabletop, one breath here, and this time grounding down through the right palm and the left leg as we extend the right leg and the left arm skywards. Extend, lift, lower, and bend. Extend, lift, lower, and bend. Keep going. Establishing a firm foundation through your right palm, your right fingertips, and the left knee, the left shin, and the top of the left foot. You might like to close the eyes here for a more introspective practice. final round. And returning to child's pose. Great work. Relaxing the glutes, relaxing the hips, allowing yourself to feel your connection to the earth. On your next inhale, press into the palms, roll through into cobra, keeping the arms extended. Exhale, send the hips back, child's pose. And again, inhale, cobra, open the heart space. Exhale, child's pose. Mobilizing the spinal column, keeping the core engaged. On your next inhale, we'll pause in cobra for a few breaths. Knowing that you can always bend the elbows here, helping to engage the triceps, the back of the arms. Exhale, child's pose, tuck the toes under, and we'll push up into downward facing dog. If this posture feels too demanding for your present energy levels, know that you could always perform puppy pose or rest in child's pose as well. If you're in down dog, straightening the legs, raising the hips, feeling a beautiful lengthening across the entire posterior chain. Either finding stillness or movement here, leaning into your own experience, honoring and respecting your inner guidance system. Setting up for pigeon pose, we'll bend the left knee, guide the left knee to the chest, and then guide the left knee towards the left wrist. Left ankle to right wrist. The right leg is extended behind you, either pointing the toes or tucking the toes under, it's up to you. Doing your best to square off the hips. Perhaps staying upright, or maybe hinging the torso forwards, coming into a forward fold, perhaps resting on the forearms. Or you might like to create a pillow with your hands and rest your forehead down. Noticing the sensations in the outer glutes and the outer hips on the left-hand side. Seeing if you can invite a suppleness, a softness into your experience. And beginning to tune into the breath. If you're in a forward fold, mindfully placing the palms under the shoulders, extending the arms, and returning to down dog. One mindful breath here. Taking any organic movement if that feels right for you, perhaps pedaling out the legs. And in your own time, setting up for pigeon pose with the right leg in front. This can be a really challenging posture for some of us, so give yourself the space and the time to ease into this posture, knowing that it might feel different between the two sides of the body, and that is okay. Being curious, being compassionate, and when it feels right for you, finding stillness. Wherever you are in the posture, mindfully returning to downward facing dog. This is our final downward dog, so give yourself permission to stretch it out. And gently bend the knees, point the toes, sink the hips to the heels, child's pose. Inhale, mindfully rise up into tabletop, tenting up onto the fingertips, engaging the core, and we'll guide the right knee to the chest, mindfully placing the right foot down between the palms, coming into a supported low crescent moon, Anjaneyasana, planting the left palm down. Inhale, raise the right arm skywards as you twist the torso to the right, gaze up. Lowering the hips, feeling a beautiful stretch along the left hip flexors. Returning the right palm to the earth, shifting the hips back, coming into half monkey. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, straighten the front leg, send the hips back, half monkey. A few more times. This is a beautiful sequence to help invite space into the hips and the back of the legs. This can be particularly beneficial for anyone who spends a large portion of the day at a desk or in any kind of sedentary activity. From here, keeping the front leg extended, folding forwards onto that right leg as we come into half monkey for a few breaths. Grounding down through the right heel. The foot is flexed and the toes and the kneecap are facing skywards. One more mindful breath in this posture. On your next inhale, placing the palms on the earth, bending the front knee, and returning to tabletop pose. One breath here. And we'll take this sequence on the other side, guiding the left foot between the palms, low crescent moon, knowing that you can always sway the hips side to side. Find a variation of this posture that works for you, ensuring that the hips are squared to the front of the mat, lengthening the spinal column, softening the facial features. Mindfully lowering the right palm onto the right shoulder, raising the left arm skywards, gaze up, spread the fingertips wide. Exhale, left palm onto the left shoulder. And sink the hips back, extend the left leg, forward fold, half monkey. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman a few more times. On your next exhale, pausing in half monkey, either keeping the arms extended or you might like to bend the elbows, perhaps lowering down onto the forearms. Whatever option you choose, really trying to keep length in the back body. If possible, engaging the left quadriceps here to protect the articulation of the knee and to help you stretch out the back of the legs. Great work. Mindfully bend the left knee and with intention come into a comfortable seated position of your choice. Close the eyes, and you might like to place one palm on the heart space, the other on the belly, deepening your connection to the breath, to this very moment. On your next inhale, raising the arms skywards, stretching the body. Exhale, lowering the palms to the third eye center. Recognizing the courage and the strength that you have demonstrated in showing up today. Thanking yourself for cultivating this space to nourish the mind, the body, and the soul. Sending you all of my love and light. May you experience true peace and joy. Namaste.